Good morning and happy Friday. I am Diane Alberts and I'm coming to you from Naples, Florida today for another coffee and a card. However, I was running a little behind here and I don't have my coffee, so I'm going to be drinking water instead. So I have quite a few things to show you today. We're going to be showing you a few things that are still going great in our mini catalog, which goes from January to April. We have one more month of that catalog. I want to talk about some outgoing products and my club. So, why does it seem extra dark in here today? I don't know why. I feel like it's dark in here. I got all the lights on, I think. Anyways, welcome to another coffee and a card, and I'm going to turn us around, and you're going to see a big pile on my mess on my table because it made top billing on the front of the cover here. Let me make sure my volume's up. Great. And we had fun making 8 cards last night, and they all had their items. They all got some of the gold mesh, and we got the dots for days. It also came with party dots. I thought I gave them the party dots, but maybe they were out of stock, and so I transferred it to that. They all got a half a pack of this wonderful paper. This is called Wildflower Birthday. And I'll be showing you what's special about this paper in just a few minutes. I'm going to tuck this underneath. But it's beautiful paper. And they got the stamp set. So I was able to die cut some of the pieces for them to make the beautiful cards. We had a lot of fun last night. I love the colors, pretty and pink, peach pie, old olive, soft sea foam, pool party, and gold. So that's what's special about this paper. It does have an infusion of gold in it. So let's continue on. I'm trying to see if I'm online. Before I make a card, I wanted to show you the cards that we made last night. They're in here somewhere, in my lovely pile. Okay, so these are the cards. I'm going to set this aside for a moment. These are the cards that we made last night. Each person got to pick their own personalized card. So if they had somebody with a 90th birthday or the 55th birthday or whatever the birthday was that they wanted to celebrate or give to a recipient, I was able to pick that. I was able to die cut that out for them. Hi, Carol. And I was able to put adhesive on it so they could go ahead and create these cards. So we had a lot of fun making those. This was the first card we made. So everybody got to choose their own personalization. This card was really fun. I love the splash of gold because the gold that is in the cards and the little pennant banner, and then it gives you just like the Dear Susie and boom, boom, boom. You can write your little birthday sentiment. This one was fun. It's kind of a flippy fold card like that. Kind of a take on a Z fold with a larger panel on the front. And we went ahead and made this card. And it just was a series of layering and taking little pieces of paper and using all the parts to make a pretty card in the peach pie background. And then this is our traditional belly band gatefold card, and it was done in the, what is the color? I can't think of it. Petal pink. My goodness. And we have the paper, and then you open it up and you can write. So we stamped in the card. Some people chose not to do the belly band. They made this into a flap. It's up to you, however you want. I like the belly bands, so that's the choice. So those are we made 2 each of the 4 designs, and that's how my club works. And I actually have one more kit of these left. I need to put it together, and then I'll put it up online because I don't have that right now with me. It's kind of all on the table in the other room right now because I went to bed after we did our club last night. So those are the fun cards, and this is called Birthday Celebration. And I wanted to take that further. Hi, Tina. Oh, good to see you. I wanted to take it further because I do need to make a sympathy card, and I wanted to go ahead and make that card. And I had another element that we did not use, which all my club recipients received, was this paper here. It's gold. It's got a print on the back, but it's tags. So you get 5 different tags. You get some labels, some other kind of accent pieces and labels, and then some cards that could be used for the bases. So I'm going to actually use this particular one today. Let me see if I can move this stuff out. I hope my phone doesn't go off because it's my daughter's birthday today. And I think they all should know after It's almost 7 years of doing coffee in a card, although I'm doing water in a card today. I didn't get to my coffee maker today. I'm all ready for the day. Excuse me when I take a drink of water. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a card using all these label pieces. So I'm going to take this and cut all these tags straight off, because that's a straight line. You'll have to look at the orientation of how to cut your cards. You wouldn't want to cut like this, or you'd cut right through the cake and this piece of paper here. So we're going to set that aside. I'm going to go back into my, I'll put it inside my paper holder. I get these paper holders for 12 by 12 paper at Amazon, sometimes Stamp and Storage. And I'm going to show you what's in here in just a second. We'll get to that in a moment. And then I know I want this particular one with the flowers on it for a sympathy card. And I have used up all my sympathy cards, sadly. So we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way for the moment. You can see it's a little dirty from last night. I'm not going to change it because we're here already. So we're going to go ahead and take our snips, and we're going to trim off these little corners here. Now I could do it on my paper trimmer, but I could just do it just as fast and easy by taking snips and going on an angle. Okay, so there's our first part. There's our element. It's going to be our focal point. And then, let's see here. I got to see if I can expand this. And then we're going to take a peach pie piece of paper. No, is that what I wanted to do? Yep. I need to take a peach pie piece of paper. I need to cut it down to, 1 second here, 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 by 5 3/8. That was a popular number last night. We used a lot of 8s last night. So Carol, you would have been happy that I had already, why doesn't that seem right? It looks way too big. Let me look at that again. 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. So 4 7/8 by 4 5/8. That doesn't seem right either. 3 5/8, no wonder. So that's 2. All right, that looks much better. Okay, that should fit our front of our card. Okay, so let me move the pink out of the way. We don't need the pink right now. We're going to use a white background or a base card. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, look, there's a tassel from last night. I was missing that tassel. It's one of the die cuts from last night. I'll put that over my light. And I'm going to go ahead and score this at 4 1/4. It's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And we're going to score it right down the middle with the scoring blade. And we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to fold this in half. I think white's really a nice color for sympathy cards, baptisms, just an elegant card. Okay, so then we're going to take this piece, and it seems to be too big. What did I do wrong? Oh, it should be 5 by 3 3/4. Let's try that again. I read the wrong one. So it's 5 inches, excuse me. It's the first project I've done today. I'm waking up. By 3 3/4. Start that again. So that's going to be our layer underneath. I'm not going to attach it quite yet. Then I went and I took our eyelet embossing folder, and I just took a regular size 4 1/4 by 5. No, 5 1/4 by 4, excuse me. And I went ahead and I embossed this, and we're going to cut this down to 4 7/8. That makes more sense. 4 7/8 to 3 5/8, which would be, that makes much more sense. 3 5/8, Diane. Okay, I thought, measure twice, cut once, right? So that's going to fit right nicely on here. So let's go ahead and get our adhesive. What I like about this card is it really doesn't take that long. I mean, embossing took a few minutes. I have my Stamp and Cut and Emboss up and ready to go. Grab the embossing folder and paper and put it in. I'm going to put this on here. Okay. And then we're going to adhere. I like the 8s when I do this. We're going to adhere this panel to the thick basic white. Okay, I'm having a little problem getting going. There we go. I'm going to place this directly in the center. Okay, and then we're going to use this as our focal point, and we're actually going to pop it up with dimensionals. So I got some leftover ones from last night. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put these on here to give leftovers. Let's see here. And how's everybody's day going today? Hi, Lynn. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? I don't have my mouse with me, so I wasn't paying attention to my comments. Sorry about that. There we go. Good morning. And so we don't need that piece of paper right now. We're going to go ahead and take, I think we used all those dimensionals up. Sorry, I lost track of what I was doing. We're going to pull off all the backings, and we're going to place this right here onto our card front. Doesn't that look really elegant? And then to take it up a notch, if you notice there is gold in here. I hope you can see it in the picture here. So we're going to actually take some of our Simply Elegant trim and use some of the gold thread. And mine's a little bit of a mess here. It rolled off the table once. So let's see if I can find the end here. I found the other end here. We're just going to take from this end. And I'm going to take about 12 inches. I think I want to make a double bowl. So I'm going to take about this much. I'm going to fold my twine or gold trim into half. And I'm going to take and fold, and I'm going to make, I can get my fingers going here. And I'm going to make a double looped bow. So I'm just tucking all those layers through the hole. Maybe. Come on. Let's try it again. You know what I like to do? I don't know if you know this little trick. I have to put on hand lotion. My hands are awfully dry, even down here, so that I find that I have a little bit more grip or moisture to our, and you try making bows on demand on camera. That's awfully fun, isn't it? Okay, so that's going to help me a little bit better. Okay, there we go. See? And we'll grab that and we'll pull. And then we need to zhuzh it up. Nope, we're going to have to do that one more time. I was too close to the end. So I make a loop. It's twisty-turvy, turny. Go around, tuck through. Come on. There we go. Oh my goodness. Bow troubles today. If you're in my club, you know I can tie bows. Or if you've watched me over the years, I can tie bows. I'm just having fumble fingers this morning. Okay. So instead of using the birthday celebration, oh my goodness, what is going on today? Give me 1 second here. I'm sorry, let me concentrate. Maybe I can't talk while I tie a bow. Isn't that funny? I'm sure you've all experienced this at one time or another. I think this is going to be the winner. Come on. Yes. All right. Now I got to pull it really tight, and then I can zhuzh it down a little bit. And I need to find the other side is over here. And if you pull on one side or the other, you can adjust your loops. That looks good. And then I'm going to pull down these two, and then the one that's still a loop. And I kind of manipulate it, and then grab my garbage. And I'm going to trim off those bottoms. There we go. And then I really like using our glue dots. Isn't that pretty? It did turn out pretty. I'm glad. I just want to, you can kind of manipulate. My tails are flailing out. I'm just going to kind of pull them down and pull them out. And we're going to put that onto one of our glue dots. It's right here. And I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. Pick that up, and I'm going to put it right up here at the top. So now we need the sentiment. And so what I want to use today, now where did I put it? Hopefully I put it right here. No, I did not. I hope I didn't leave it on the table. Let me look real quickly. Well, that's pretty funny. I thought I had everything sitting right here. Let me look in my baskets here. No, here it is. Okay. This is our mixed labels stamp set. My apologies for that. I had set it back in the basket. And what I like about it is it has a with sympathy here, and it has die cuts here. So we're going to use this die cut here, and we're going to use our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. and we're going to use a scrap of white. And we're going to put it right through our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Right here. And we're going to cut out a label. And so you have all your plates. And we need 2 of those and 1 of those. This one is for embossing. We're not embossing this particular piece. And I'm going to quickly cut this piece in half and make it a scrap. And we are going to get all this out of the way here. Alrighty. So we have our 1 plate, our number 2, our paper. We don't need to center this die because it's going to just be done on plain white paper. You could hold it in place with any kind of Post-it tape. Not necessary when I don't have a sentiment on it. I'm right-handed, so we're going to open it up. And our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine comes in white and boho blue. Speaking of boho blue, it's going to be leaving us shortly. It's been here for 2 years. And I don't think this machine is going to leave us, but the colors, I pulled this out today to remind myself. These colors were the 2023, 2025 in colors. So Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebble Path are all going to be retiring. And so if you don't have some of those items and you think you might want them, you want to get them sooner than later because they will be selling out, especially the inks and the refills if they haven't already. And a lot of times the embellishments and the ribbons go quite fast. So we're going to set this aside right now. I didn't want to bang it. Okie dokie. And, oops, there goes my die. Put my die back into the die case, wherever it went. Well, I don't see my die case now. Where did it go? I'm losing everything today, guys. There we go. On the floor. So we're going to go ahead. So what's really cool about this mixed labels, you get a lot of different labels, a couple little intricate pieces, and it has all these sentiments. Thank you. Happy anniversary. You make my day. You're pretty wonderful. For a great friend. I'm so glad we're friends. Just a note to let you know you're on my mind, and with sympathy. So this is a wonderful set. I'm going to set that over here now. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp in Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to grab some Misty Moonlight ink. And I'm going to grab the sentiment with sympathy. And where are you with sympathy? Why can't I? Oh, there it is. It's right in the center. And we're going to adhere it to a B block. And we're going to center it here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's take my silicone mat. That'll help you see a little bit better. And let's see how this goes with sympathy. I'm not sure how straight it's going to go. We're taking a chance here. Pretty good. And when you use a stamp for the first time, you never know what angle it's going to be on, especially with the sticker. It can be kind of... So I could have done this first and tested it. That might have been a wise choice to do. I went for it. So we're going to close that up right now. So that's the mixed labels. I want to clean this off again. So they're a little bit, well, they are like the same size, I think, as what they are shown in the catalog or in the picture on the front. I meant to say on the front of the case. Let's go ahead and take this over to here, and we're going to add some dimensionals again. And I have a quick and easy. What did that take me? 10 minutes? Probably more time doing the bow, huh? So there's our quick and easy sympathy card. I can get that out in the mail today. And ta-da! Well, if you put it on the right way, Diane. I'll put it so you can see that gold right there. And there is my sympathy card. So nice and easy, quick. I hope you like that card. I like it so much. I want to actually make 2 cards today. I know you're gonna think I'm silly, but I really like this mixed label set, and I want to show you I didn't think I had any here, and I did find it. We sell gold paper, and I thought for sure I had it. I did. You get 2 sheets of gold foil paper for $5. And here's my gold paper. And I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to have to get another paper holder for that. I better go online to Amazon today shopping. So, all right. So the next one we're going to make is, I haven't decided what we're going to do for that yet. We're going to first take, let me move things aside here. We've got quite an ambulance going over here. And you know what we didn't do? We could have, to my sympathy card, we could have added a couple dots. Like I might want to just add one little of the peach pie dots. It's up to you. Sometimes it looks more elegant without the dots. Yeah, I don't care for the dot on it. So, but these are coordinating. So I feel like it's more elegant this way. Okay, so we're gonna put that aside. And we're going to cut down this gold foil, okay? So this card is going to be using the mixed labels as well. And let me see if I can get down here a little bit better. So it seems like I'm so far away today. And I want to do a card that's for a great friend. So first I need to cut down my gold foil, and we're going to do that to 5 1/8. 5 1/8. See, I'm using those 8s again, Carol. 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. So that's 2 ticks before the 4, and we got it. And so I still have all this along with the other pieces to add accents to my. I don't think I'm all done. Well, no, we have to use these parts here. I have to talk about those in a minute. So I grabbed some Pretty in Pink. It's again 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And put this back to where I keep it all the time. And we're going to go ahead and fold this in half and grab our bone folder, but mine is missing. It's on the floor. Okay, I told you there was an avalanche. Okay, there we go. And I have this piece of paper that is Pretty in Pink that I cut real quickly, and I ran it through our Distress Tile embossing folder, Exposed Brick 3D embossing folder. No, this is the Express Tile. My apology. Distress Tile. And I'm going to cut this down to 5 3 3/4. So 5 by 3 3/4. And what's nice is that's going to fit nicely onto our gold paper. Now notice it's kind of starting to shred my paper. That's a sign that I have been using my trimmer a lot, and it's time to change the blade. I don't have to do it that frequently. You would think as much as I use all my trimmers, but I kind of know when I see my paper starting to shred on the sides, like I kind of see this is a little bit rougher than normal. I mean, I can fix it with a nail or a bone folder, but when I start noticing that, I notice it's time to change, and we sell refill blades, just so you know. So let's grab my adhesive, and we're gonna go ahead and put this Distress Tile onto the gold. And because it's distressed, I'm not gonna worry about it fraying a little because it's kind of what is. But do you see how that's fraying down there? That tells me I need to change my blades. All right, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to adhere this panel directly to the front of the card. And so I'm actually going to use the birthday and this card together, but I want to pull back that paper. Grab my paper. So something different in this paper is that it has a whole sheet of die cuts. Well, they were falling out and driving me bananas, so I put them all into one of our stamp cases, and I named it Wildflower Birthday. And we're going to pilferage through this to see. The one I want is a big flower. That's the one I want. So I want this big floral. I think that's absolutely gorgeous on there. And I might pull out a couple of these gold. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. We'll just pull out 2 of those. And we're just going to put those right back onto the side. I just find this is so much easier. Now, I knew which one I wanted because I've looked through these before. But, I mean, there's absolutely... I could take the... Well, this is the wrong color. But you could take, if it was a matching flower, I could add another flower to this and pop it up. That would be pretty right there if you want a little 3D look. So I think it's just pretty on its own. I don't need to zhuzh this up with any kind of extra 3D elements. So we're going to close that up. But this is a great way to store all those die cuts because our Easter Storybook friends had the same die cuts. And I'm wondering if they're going to continue to do these die cut cutouts, especially for scrapbooking. So you can label them and then I keep them with my paper. So, alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to add this to the front with Stampin' Dimensionals. So good thing I have some little strips left over. I'm going to put some right down here at the bottom. And we're going to do this piece here. And we can throw that away. And guess what? From my paper pumpkin, I have some strips left over. So we're just going to go ahead and use some of these pieces and call it done. There we go. So if I don't use up all my paper pumpkin, I just throw it into my little ballet tray for all my adhesives that I keep on my desk. And we're going to flip this over. And we're going to make this look really pretty on here and center it. I love the colors in here. Okay. I'm not sure that I'm going to tuck those in, but we'll see. So now we're going to need a scrap piece of white again. Let me go through here. Let's see if this one's big enough. Oh, my scissors are in the way. No, that's not going to be big enough. Let me just stand up and reach over till I get my other piece. Okay. Alrighty. And we're going to use, back to the mix labels, we're going to actually use this big banner. Never used it before. Okay, we need to find a long block. And we're going to go ahead and stamp this in, I think we're going to, I'm trying to decide what color I want to use. Would really be pretty is to do gold embossing. Do I want to do that today or not? Because I have to go in the other room to get stuff. So I think we're going to skip the gold embossing and we're going to go for the peach pie again. So I'm going to grab some peach pie. I'm going to pull out a color in the flowers. It catches my eye. And I'm going to actually do something on the inside. So I'm going to take this banner and since I've never used it before, let's just stamp over here in the corner. Perfect. It doesn't matter where I stamp it. It would be cool if I did it in gold embossing powder, but I wasn't ready for that, and my embossing stuff's way over there in the other room because I was using it actually last night. So I do not have it in this room. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that off. Make sure with these ones that have the indents, you make sure you get the center of it done. All right. Keep my Stampin' Chamois in one of those cases again. So, and then we're going to grab a sentiment and put that back in. I have to put my things away right away or I'm going to lose them. So we want for a great friend. So for a great friend. And right here. This is a fun set that I hadn't used before, so I'm excited to be using it today. Okie dokie. And I'm going to grab again. Did I put it away? Nope. Misty Moonlight. Our Misty Moonlight ink. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that up. We could test this one too. Okay, I need to come down a little bit on it. So let's see if I can get this a little bit more centered. Pretty good. All right, close up our ink. And we're going to grab that great little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again. And we're going to go ahead and cut. Oh, I don't have to trim this down. Good. We are going to take our plates. Oh, they were on the floor again. Looking like I need a bigger table is what I need. And we need to go back to those wonderful dies. And there's that banner die. And this time we do need to use the tape to adhere it on. Okay, I have to do it this way. I have to put it on first. And then what I do is I line it up. When I think I've got it pretty good, I grab that Post-it tape, which is reusable, put that down, and then you're going to kind of want to layer it so it's out, in, out. It's kind of like a layer, or like they say, like the letter E on the side. See the letter E? Okay, and then we're going to push it right through. Of course, I'm right-handed. We got to go this way. And we will have success. Let me put it on this side of me this time. And voila, we're going to have a banner. One moment here, I can get it out. Oh, I had adhesive on the back of it, so let me see if I can get this off a little bit here. It was pre-adhesived. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to want to take and put this right here across the center. I'm going to need to have dimensionals on either end. And it looks like I'm low on dimensionals, so we're going to use the mini ones, only because that's what I have right now. And put those on the end. There's already adhesive on the back here, so I'm going to put it right here, centering it. Isn't that pretty? And it didn't take me that long. So I could tuck these in, but I think, did I not take that label off? No, I didn't take the backing off. No wonder. All right, there we go. Now it's staying down. But I think it's got enough. I mean, I guess I could put some in here, but I think this is more delicate and smaller. I'm going to change my mind and put those in there later. So let's put this back in here. So this is our mixed labels. Mixed labels is a lot of fun. I think that our mixed labels is only online. I did not check that out. And we have what we call online exclusives, meaning they're only found online. That gives Stampin' Up! A chance to add more products as the year goes on because of the publications are so costly to print out. Speaking of publications, we will be sending out new catalogs to those who are interested in them, or if you have been a customer of mine, you will get one in the mail from me if you've been a customer in the last 6 months. I'm trying to log on real quickly and see where this is. And we'll see if I get in here. And what's really great about this is that I can put in mixed labels. Mixed labels. Return. And I'm going to pull my iPad down for a second. And here is the mixed labels. So it comes in a bundle savings for $39.50. You can just get the labels for $21, or if you want the coordinating stamp set, there's different ways you can get it. So yeah, I don't think mixed labels was in our catalog. I'm almost positive, but I'm gonna look just in case. I think it was an online exclusive. It's hard to remember. We're getting so many, we're getting so many different stamp sets, and we're having a big transition. So we're gonna know April 1st, what are the incoming and outgoing and carrying over products. So I'm not gonna know until April 1st. And then come June, I will hold my BOGO, which is buy one, get one free. So I'm not sure the date in June yet. I have to get through a few major things that are happening here for me in April and May. And I will let you know that date as soon as I can. But I thought these were two pretty cards. Now, does anybody notice what's the same about these cards that I didn't notice until I was all done? It's got a little bit of a glare to it. They're really the same layout. I had to laugh. I didn't plan that on purpose, but they are actually the same layout. So they're actually using a base with a skinny layer, with an embossed layer, with an element, and a sentiment label. How easy is that? I thought that was pretty cool. So that was one of the things I noticed when I was prepping these. I'm like, wow, I picked the same kind of format. I just added ribbon to this one. Now this one I probably would add some kind of gems or something too. I'm not sure where my gems went. No, somewhere here on this piles. I don't know where they went. So I could add gems to those. I do not see them right now. So, all right. So see how easy it is to even use the elements that are in our products and still make it elegant. Now I would do something on the inside here, and let me show you. I want to finish this one off. I have what I call inserts for the colored cardstocks bases. And so I have an 8.5, well, and I get envelopes too. We'll need those. Oh, I'm getting low. There we go. I keep them in a little container, and so I have a bunch of these here. Put those over there. And what I like to do, I'm going to go back to the birthday celebration. And what's really pretty is there's this little flower here. And I'm going to grab a B block and an A block. And I'm going to grab the stem. And where's the big flower? Right there. Okay. Let me show you how quick and easy it is for me to add something special to the inside. I just need to grab a green. I'm going to grab old olive. And we're going to stamp that stem in the corner. Okay. Could probably do multiples. And then I'm going to grab my peach pie. And we're going to go ahead and add this little flower. And there we go. Now my inside is all decorated. Where is my chamois? So I thought that was pretty funny. I picked 2 cards today to demonstrate, and my brain must have been saying, you've got to do the same thing. And here's I found that, so we'll do that in a second. We're going to take this and we're going to add it to the inside of our card because, I mean, you could write on the pink, but wouldn't that be a lot more elegant? Now, one thing I would probably do to this, honestly, is I would probably give it some more gold. So what I'm going to suggest you do is you trim this down 1/8 of an inch. So 4 7/8, nope, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, because I think it needs to be elevated. I'm going to grab that gold foil again. So this person's going to be really special in my life to get this card. And I'm using all my gold paper up on them. I'm being funny. So we're going to do 5 1/4 by 4. And one of the things that I'm working on this year is I'm going to use my products. Sometimes you get like into I'm going to hoard my products and I don't want to use them. But I've really gotten to the idea now that I really need to use my products up. And so I'm going to put this right here onto that. And a little elegant gold will come. If I could get a little straighter, I'd like that better. I try to go from corner to corner. And it generally works. That's much better. Then we're going to put a little on the back. I think it totally elevates this card. And there we go. See with the gold, how it takes it up a notch? I think that's gorgeous. And I would probably add a couple of these gems here. I'll probably do the peach pie in the small. Where did my take your pick tool go? It's going to fall again. I knew it. Here it is. Use 2 small ones. And I'll put one here. And, nope, I don't like it there. Right here. And this one's on top of the other one. And we'll put it right there. And these are called Dots for Days. They're not actually part of the collection, but I think they go really well besides the green. So that's mixed labels. And my 2 cards. So this one I did not need to put an insert in because it's white in the back. It's easy to write in, or in the inside. All right, I hope you like those cards. Does anybody have any questions? Thanks, Carol. Yeah. So I just want to go back to my card club one more time. I always provide a PDF handout with all the instructions on how to make the 4 cards, 2 of each. I didn't have it on front to back. I try to do it front to back. So here's that same card. I give you an inside view. And here's how I do the belly band. Here's all the directions for doing the triple happy cake day. And then here was that really pretty fold. This one got a little bit smaller in print. Boy, you need your bifocals for that. And then I always add a suggested list of supplies. What was fun is I pulled out that Petal Park punch. I hadn't done that for a while. And it has the distress tile embossing folder, the eyelet folder. So I've been using those. And then the party dots are the ones that match specifically to this. But I like the shiny dots for days and all the papers that I coordinate. So that's part of what I do. My club is going to be $45. It will be shipped to you. It's going to be an online club. I am going to hold this separately from my in-person club. And right now it's just the Design with Diane card club. So I couldn't think of another fancy name for it. So I'm going to stick with that right now. You're going to hear more from me about that. I'm going to be having some fun things happening here in the future. They're moving a little bit at a slow pace, but I'm really happy. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Carol. They were quick and easy. And what I really loved about those two cards is that they were the same layout, and I didn't even plan that, honestly. So I hope you're feeling better. And so let me show you what I got in the mail yesterday. I got this really pretty card from my friend Anne. It was sent to my home address and forwarded on. But isn't this pretty? See, I love even other stationery, how they coordinate. And I got a wonderful thank you note from my friend Anne, because when I was home, I was able to pop over and see her for her birthday. And she sent me this beautiful thank you note and for all the things that I got for her. So thank you, Anne, if you're watching this. I know sometimes you peek in. And then I also have a customer. Look at this card. And she said, thanks so much for placing an order for me with Stampin' Up. Been so busy at work, I haven't had time for classes or card making. This card is one of my earliest attempts before Stampin' Up. And so this was a card that she made before she started doing Stampin' Up. And I thought that was really special. Thank you, Denise, for sending me this card. I think it's fabulous. You would have to laugh if you saw my first card. I think it's back in Michigan in a drawer. I think I literally have it. And so I wanted to thank Denise for, I'll help anybody anytime with any kind of order help, or if you're interested in joining my Stampin' Gems team, I'm always willing to talk to you about that. And how about I look at you now instead of talking to the cards? Ta-da! Hello. Oh, we'll move the camera case out of the way. Oop, my light's in the way now. Okay. Yeah, it seems dark in here today. I don't know why. Here we go. Hello. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something. You can see how quick and easy it is. And I hope you notice that there are lots more things you can do with our DSP, which is Designer Series paper. You got a little twinkle of what's happening with my To-Go Club. You're going to get envelopes, cards to make four designs, 2 cards of each. So it's a total of 8 cards. I'm aiming to have it out by May. We'll see. It's going to be tricky. I got my daughter's graduation. Actually, I have her birthday tonight, and we have to celebrate her engagement. Lots been going on here at the Alberts household. And so I'm working on that, and you will start seeing some advertising for my clubs. I don't think I'm going to get it started in April because my sign-up date is by the 15th, so it'll be the 15th of May you'll need to sign up. So watch for something from me in April. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will all come through and I will have it all set up. And it's great. It's a great way to craft and get things to your house and do it at your own time. I will have a video to show you how to make these cards that I create. And they're all designed by me, Design with Diane. So that's kind of fun. So, and I create a PDF for you, and as always, I'm here to help you with any of your needs. So, have a great weekend. I am going to clean up this little tornado in here and the avalanche that happened to my right, and I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. So, I hope your weekend is super special, and I will see you next Friday. What is the date? I think we're going into April, aren't we? Holy smokes. We are. Let's see here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. April 4th. April 4th. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not golfing that day. We have our year-end golf And it's a special April 4th. Sounds familiar. I will confirm that and let you know. At this point, I'm planning to be here. I don't know. I haven't gotten any notification on that. I will look it up and I will let you know if I'm going to be here on the 4th or if I'll come on that Saturday, maybe the 5th. Sorry about that. I just realized that I need to get my calendar for April. You know, you get to the end of the calendar and you have to flip it. I sometimes don't have all my things ready to go to the next one. So, all right, thanks and see you soon. Bye now.